everyone. Welcome back to another episode of English Talk with Emma. I am so happy you are here with us today.
Hi, guys. It is great to be back. I am really looking forward to today's conversation.
Me too, Mark. Today, we have a very special topic. It is a topic that scares a lot of students, but it is actually very beautiful.
Uh-oh. When you say scares students, I think I know what it is. Are we talking about grammar?
Yes, we are. But don't worry, we are talking about the present perfect tense. It is the key to sharing your life experiences.
The present perfect. I have done. She has eaten. I know the form, Emma, but honestly, I still get confused about when to use it.
That is completely normal, Mark. Many learners at the B1 level feel the same way. But today, we will make it simple. We will learn how to use it in daily conversation to sound confident.
That sounds perfect. I really want to stop translating from my own language and start thinking in English.
Exactly. And before we jump in, if you are ready to improve your confidence and master this tense, please click that like button right now.
Yes, hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our future chats. It really helps us create more lessons for you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, Mark, let's start with a question. Have you ever eaten sushi?
Yes, I have eaten sushi. I love it.
Excellent sentence. You said, I have eaten sushi. Why didn't you say, I ate sushi?
Well, because I didn't say when I did it. It's just a general memory. Is that right?
That is exactly right. This is the first secret of the present perfect. It is about your life experience, not the specific time.
Okay, so it is like a collection of memories in my head. The time doesn't matter. The experience matters.
Precisely. Imagine a backpack. You carry this backpack with you everywhere. Inside, you put all your experiences. I have visited London. I have seen that movie. I have met a famous person.
I like that image. So, my backpack has, I have eaten sushi in it. But Emma, what if I want to tell you about last night?
If you say last night, you must change the tense. You cannot say, I have eaten sushi last night. That is a very common mistake.
Ah, I see. Because last night is finished? It is in the past?
Yes, last night is a specific time in the past, so we use the past simple. I ate sushi last night.
Okay, so if I don't care about the time, I use present perfect. If I look at the calendar or the clock, I use past simple.
That is a great rule of thumb. Now, I want to talk about another way we use this tense. It connects the past to the present.
Connects the past to the present? Can you give me an example?
Sure. Look at your coffee cup, Mark. Is it empty?
No, it is full. I just bought it.
Okay, drink some.
Okay, it is delicious.
Now, imagine you drink it all. What can you say? I have drunk my coffee.
I have drunk my coffee. Okay. Why is that connecting to the present? The action is finished.
The action is finished, yes, but the result is in the present. The cup is empty now because you have drunk it.
Oh, that makes sense. So if I lose my keys, I can say, I have lost my keys.
Yes, because the result is you don't have them now. You are standing outside your house.
That actually happened to me last week. I couldn't get inside. It was terrible.
Oh no, In that case, you could tell your roommate, I have lost my keys. Can you let me in? You see, it affects the present moment.
Okay, so reason number 1, life experience. Reason number 2, past action with a result right now.
You've got it. Now let's try a little storytelling. I want to hear about something interesting you have done recently.
Let me think. Okay, I have a good one. I have started learning to play the guitar.
Really? That is amazing, Mark. I didn't know that. How long have you played?
Wait, should I say, how long have you played? Or how long have you been playing?
That is a great question. Honestly, for actions that started in the past and are still happening, like hobbies or learning English, I have been playing is very natural.
Okay, so the continuous form is natural for hobbies.
Yes, but I have played is also grammatically correct. To keep our practice simple today, let's use the simple form. I have played for 2 months.
Okay, I have played for 2 months. It is very difficult. My fingers hurt.
Notice the word for. You said, I have played for 2 months. This means you started in the past and you still play now.
Ah, right. I didn't stop. I am still learning.
Exactly. So that is another use. Things that started in the past and continue today. Just like I have lived here for 5 years.
Got it. Started in the past, still true now.
Now, let's look at the result of your practice. Have you learned any songs yet?
Yes, I have learned Happy Birthday. It is simple, but I can play it.
That is a great start. Notice the word yet? I asked, have you learned any songs yet?
Yet, we use that for things we expect to happen, right?
Exactly. We use yet in questions and negative sentences.
Can you give us an example of a negative sentence with yet?
Of course. Imagine you are reading a book. You are on page 50, but the book has 300 pages. You say, I haven't finished the book yet.
I haven't finished the book yet. That implies I will finish it later.
Perfect. Okay, listeners, I think it is time for you to practice with us. We are going to do a short role play.
Oh, I love this part. Get ready, everyone. You need to speak out loud.
I will ask you a question about your life. Then, I want you to answer using the present perfect. I will leave a quiet space for you to speak.
Don't be shy. No one can hear you, except your cat or dog.
Okay, here is the first question. Imagine you visited Paris in the past. I ask you, have you ever been to France? Answer me now. Say, yes, I have been to France.
Good. Yes, I have been to France.
Great job. Now let's try a negative one. Imagine you are hungry. You haven't eaten lunch. I ask you, are you hungry? You say, yes, I haven't eaten yet.
Try it now. Yes, I haven't eaten yet.
Fantastic! Saying these phrases out loud helps your brain remember the structure.
Emma, I have a question about been and gone. This always confuses me.
Oh, that is a classic confusion. I have been to Paris versus I have gone to Paris.
They sound the same to me. Is there a difference?
There is a big difference. If I say, Mark has gone to the supermarket, where are you right now?
I think I am at the supermarket.
Yes, you are not here. You are there. You haven't returned.
Okay. But if I say, I have been to the supermarket,
Then you are back here with me. You went and you returned. That is why we usually say, have you ever been to Brazil? Not, have you ever gone to Brazil?
Because if I had gone to Brazil, I wouldn't be here to answer the question.
Exactly! You would still be in Brazil.
That is so clear now. Been means a completed trip. Gone means one way, or not back yet.
Perfect. We have covered a lot of grammar, but let's make sure we understand the vocabulary we use today. Sometimes simple words change their meaning in different contexts.
Let's do it. What is the first word we should review?
Let's look at the word recently. R-E-C-E-N-T-L-Y. We use this a lot with present perfect.
Recently means not a long time ago, right? Like in the last few days or weeks?
Yes, it describes the near past. Mark, can you make a sentence with recently about your life?
Okay. I have recently started watching a new TV show.
Perfect. And notice the position. I have recently started. It usually goes between have and the main verb.
Can I put it at the end? I have started a new show recently?
Yes, that is also very natural. I haven't seen you recently.
Got it. What is the next word?
The next one is just. J-U-S-T. This is for something that happened a very short time ago.
Like 1 minute ago?
Yes, or even a few seconds. If you walk into the room and I am putting my phone down, I can say, I have just called my mom.
Okay, let me try. I just ate a cookie. Wait, I have just eaten a cookie.
I have just eaten a cookie. That is perfect.
But Emma, in American movies, I always hear, I just ate a cookie, with the past tense. Is that wrong?
It is not wrong at all. In American English, I just ate is very natural and 100% correct. You will hear it every day.
Good. So I can use both?
Yes, but in this lesson, we are explicitly practicing I have just eaten to help you master the present perfect structure.
I understand. I will practice the have structure today. I have just eaten.
Precisely. There is one more phrase I want to highlight. Earlier, I said, it is a rule of thumb. Did you catch that?
Yes, a rule of thumb. I assume that doesn't mean looking at my actual thumb.
No, it doesn't. A rule of thumb is a general rule or principle that is usually true, but not always scientifically precise. It's a practical guide.
So, what is our final rule of thumb for the present perfect?
Here is the three-part rule. If you say a specific time, like yesterday, use past simple. If the experience or result is important and the time is not, use present perfect. If it started in the past and continues now, using for or since, use present perfect.
That is clear. Specific time equals past. Experience, result, or continuing action equals present perfect. Emma, I feel much more confident now. But how can I practice this at home? I don't have a teacher with me 24 hours a day.
You don't need a teacher to practice. I have a homework task for you.
Really? I am ready. Tell me.
That is the spirit. Here is your homework task for this week. It is a game called Two Truths and a Lie.
2 truths and a lie? I have heard of this game. It is very popular at parties, right?
Yes, it is, and it is perfect for practicing the present perfect. Here is how it works. I want you to write 3 sentences about your life experiences.
Okay. 3 sentences using I have done, I have seen, or I have been.
Exactly. But here's the trick. 2 of the sentences must be true, and 1 must be a lie.
Ooh, I like this. So I have to trick you.
Yes, you have to trick us. Mark, can you give us an example right now? Tell me 3 things about yourself.
Okay, let me think. All right. Number 1, I have broken my arm. Number 2, I have met a famous movie star. Number 3, I have eaten crocodile meat.
Wow, those are very interesting statements. Let me think. I have broken my arm, I have met a movie star, and I have eaten crocodile meat.
Which one is the lie, Emma?
Well, you seem very careful, so I don't think you have broken your arm. I think that is the lie.
You are wrong. I have broken my arm. I broke it when I was a child.
Oh no! Okay, so that is true. Then, have you really eaten crocodile meat?
No, that is the lie. I haven't eaten crocodile meat. It sounds scary.
See? That was fun! And you used the present perfect perfectly. I have broken, I have met, I have eaten.
It is a great way to practice irregular verbs, too. Break becomes broken. Meet becomes met.
Exactly. So, listeners, that is your homework. We want to see your 2 truths and a lie in the comment section below.
And don't say which one is the lie. Let other students guess. It will be a fun conversation.
Before we go, let's quickly summarize what we learned today. The present perfect is not something to be afraid of.
That is right. It is just a tool. It is a tool to talk about our life experiences without focusing on the time.
And remember the rule of thumb. If you say when it happened, use the past simple. If the time is not important or it continues to now, use the present perfect.
Also, don't forget the difference between been and gone. If you are here, you have been. If you are not here, well, you can't talk to us.
You have learned so much today. I am really proud of our listeners.
Me too. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel. We are building a great community here, and we don't want you to miss the next lesson.
Yes, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. We have a video coming soon about future tense, and you will need it.
I can't wait for that one.
Thank you for studying with us today. Remember to leave your 2 truths and a lie in the comments. I will read them and try to guess.
Good luck, everyone. Keep practicing, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful week.
Bye!